Check 1, 2. Hopefully we get some visitors here. We can check the audio. I know this microphone looks goofy, but it'll be the easiest way to get good quality audio without a ton of work. So let's see here. Let's see here. Live chat, here we go. If you guys can hear me, can you give me a little thumbs up in the chat, please? Thank you so much. Okay, good. Thanks, Alicia. Alicia or Alicia, one or the other. Chat. Sure can. Okay, good. Does it sound good? I hope it does, because I know the microphone looks goofy, but like I said, it's going to give me an opportunity to give you guys the best audio without a lot of crazy amount of work. I have some changes coming here. Probably going to be doing a lot more live videos, just a little more organic, and I can interact with you guys, and it's a lot more fun, and it's quite literally very easy to do the videos instead of doing all the editing and all that stuff. But anyway, this is the bag I'm working on today. This is a one-off piece that I'm making a utility bag. This is actually for myself, so it's a fun little project to do. This is made out of 100% vegetable tan leather. It is obviously inside out at the moment. I'm just mocking it up. This is made out of, like I said, 100% veg. It's a Horween leathers. This is made at American-made leathers out of Chicago, out of a tannery in Chicago. And there's a few different colors on this bag because I'm really low on supplies. So I'm just going to kind of Frankenstein some stuff together. This is kind of currently where I'm at with the piece. It's basically the outer shell, and this will be turned. Now, cross our fingers, are going to be able to turn this bag because this leather's, it is pliable, but it's pretty thick. Like, so this is probably 3.5, 4 ounces. I would say the temper on this is in the medium range. So I got the 2 pockets on the side here currently. It's not gonna have any shoulder straps or anything like that. It's gonna run a couple vertical straps that's gonna integrate with some pockets on the outside. And then I haven't decided yet how the top handle is gonna be. It's just gonna be a really simple, maybe 8 inches apart, like a 12-inch drop or something like that. But I haven't decided if I'm gonna put hardware and then whatever those clips are called. You know what I mean? Little claspy deals. These things. So I haven't decided if I'm going to do something like that yet. I think I have some pretty cool black stuff I might use. And then, so the outside straps are going to, like I said, help tack down and separate the pocket areas, but also kind of give the bag a little bit more stability. And then the top section will have maybe some binding on it. I don't know about a liner yet. I might just leave it alone. I thought about putting some pockets on the inside, but maybe we'll do that on a liner. I don't know. The problem is the more material I start adding to the seams here, the more rigid this thing's going to get, the more impossible it's going to be to turn. So that'll be kind of rough. And there's a sample of this bag, actually, I gleaned some information from. It's a kind of a textile type bag, and those guys put some piping on the outside to add even more stability. But since that is made out of a textile, they really want it to be rigid. I'm just afraid that the more rigid we make this thing, the harder it's going to be to turn. So currently the dimensions on this thing is, it's 15, the panels are 15, and it's about 12 inches high, and the finish will be about, what is it, 5.5 inches wide or something like that. So yeah, it's gonna be a cool piece. I'm pretty stoked to build it, and I've got about another week off or so apparently, so from a daytime gig. So yeah, we're gonna be hopefully up here making some stuff. Yeah, so it'll be great. Yeah, I don't know what your first name is, but a lot of people have been wondering where we've been. We've got SOS. I mean, short of like the National Guard coming to try to find us and stuff, we've got lots of messages and things like that. Yep, we're healthy, happy. Nothing has changed up here. We just basically mothballed this operation for about 9 months, and we just we're doing other things. So um, maybe someday we'll get into those things, but right now everything's for the meantime, no promises, but we're going to make live videos, and that'll be the easiest way to do it. And then they can be watched for people that are going to watch them on the replay later. Otherwise you can watch them live or whatever. A little more fun for me. You can interact with the in the chat and stuff like that. I do have some other gear coming that's going to make this situation a little more easy, a little less stressful for you guys to watch it. And yeah, it's it'll be cool. Anyway, here's the piece we're making. We're going to drag this camera into the other side of the studio here and start mocking up the pockets that's going to go on the outside and figure out some strap situations. And then we'll tear this apart and start assembling it. So you got to make a decision pretty quick on how that's going to look. As far as the strap goes, here's a mock-up of something that I did a long time ago. The bag that I'm taking the information, this is obviously a mini-sized one, had a rolled handle very similar to this. So it didn't have any hardware on it whatsoever, but I don't know if I'm going to go to the trouble to make this. I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but maybe we'll see. This doesn't matter. What I need is always the straps too, before we can attach the pockets, and that'll be the next order of operation. Is put the pockets on, and then the straps on the outside, and then really you can just stitch the thing together and hope for the best. So anyway, let's go in the other room here. We'll just leave this here, I guess. Sorry about that. It's my Diet Coke addiction. So don't mind the mess. It is what it is. No judging allowed. Try to get this good. Good enough anyway. Chris. Oh. Thanks for joining, Chris. Hope everybody's having a great day. Day before Thanksgiving. Shelby's birthday actually today, so happy birthday, Shelby. She's currently off getting a massage and having lunch with her grandmother, so as soon as she comes back, I might abruptly end the video, or maybe she'll jump in. Who knows? We'll see. Or if she calls. So here we go. So what I have here, now stick with me here. This is the outside panel for the pockets. Okay. And basically what's going to happen here is, so it's divided into 3 equal sections with a center line. Center line is obviously the center of the bag. This is like 31 inches in width. And so what'll happen is, if you remember what these pockets are kind of pooched out on the outside, see that? So you can stick things in there, cleaners or bottles or whatever you're going to put in there. That's exactly how we're going to do it on the outside. And so this will wind up being in the center or the outside seam, and then it'll just kind of pooch around like this. And the reason why I put the center lines is there is that's going to correspond with the straps, okay, to tack it down. So this will just kind of pooch out here like so and wander around like this. At the top, we're going to fold this over so it'll be a finish edge on the top. There'll be no lining on the inside. And then on the bottom, since I'm really short on this leather, now mind you, I'm really Frankensteining this together with a whole bunch of different stuff. All Hornbeam leathers, but this is all different stuff. Like this is a Dublin, some of my favorite stuff, but I don't have a lot of it. So what I'm going to do, since I have 2 of this, and this is really soft, this is on the softer side, probably still in the 5 ounce, it's 4.5, so we're going to call it 5 ounce range, but it's very soft. So I'm not too worried about it adding a ton of structure. It will, just by consequence of thickness, but I'll skive the edges as thin as, maybe down to 2 ounces and then put it in there. So this is going to be the 2 panels. And then on the bottom side, basically the way that's created, let me get the other pocket. I made a sample. Here it is. So I made a little scrap sample here of that pocket, and it's just basically a box bottom, very simple, no lining. And so the top is folded over like such and then stitched down just to give it a nice look, and so it's not a raw edge. So what we're going to do, since I don't have a lot of that leather and I still need some kind of height, to actually put stuff so it doesn't fall out, is I'm going to add, kind of scab on a piece. So it'll be a 2-tone look, and I'll top stitch it on the outside. So I'll lay it down, fold it over, stitch it, and then that'll give us the extra height. It'll be at a different kind of leather, but it is what it is. So, of course, I didn't write any of these dimensions down, but I don't really anticipate making, I think it's 31 inches long, 31 by something. 6 maybe? Yeah, this is 31 by 6. So I'm just going to cut this. Let's cut this other panel here. I can't decide if this is perfectly straight or not. It doesn't really look like it, but let's make it straight. Let's just make this straight real quick. Now, oops, clamp my straight edge down here. Oh, that's better. Okay, so now we need 6 inches, 6 by 31. And so we're just going to stack a bunch of this stuff up. Not this one, though. We're going to stack 2 of these together and then a 1 inch. These quilting rulers, if I can get it off the wall. Come on now. There we go. These guys. So 2 of these and then a 1 inch. So that'll give us perfect 6 inches. I don't have to mess with nothing. They're real easy. Kind of going to be in your way, but it's okay. I'm just cutting this. Okay. Now we need a square edge. So now these 2 lines are parallel. It's at 6 inches. Should be exactly 6 inches. It is. It is. So now we're just going to leave this alone. It doesn't really matter where. So I know this is over 31, right? Better be. Oh yeah. So probably do this a couple different ways, but what I just want to do is just drag this to the end, square it up, hang my square off the end of here, and there we have one square edge. And since I want to cut on this edge, I'm going to flip it over, drag this out, and give me a measurement to 31. I'm just going to scoot this down here. Let's see. Yeah. I'll just have to take my lower straight edge off because that'll be the easiest way. Once I get this lined up, I'm going to put this one here, put a couple weights on it so it doesn't move, and now I'll just take this off. And now I can make this cut here. Now you might say, oh my gosh, you're so fussy with all these exact. I know it's an illness. It is what it is. It has to be as close to perfect as I can get it. Because in the long run, that makes this stuff easier to do. A plus or minus close enough. It's just so much easier if you do it right. Takes a little longer to set it up, but that's okay. So now I want to mark a center line in here. So 31 divided by 2 is 15 and a half. Right? There's my center line. Now I need to have 3 separate sections here. And then, this is just going to be the center line here. So disregard that. So 31 divided by 3 is 10.33333 something something. So what I do is I can mark my 10 inch here, different pin. This one's good. I mark the 10, and then I have a little caliper, digital caliper that I dialed up to 0.33. I know that's super fussy, but, and then now I can make that little mark, and that's going to be the first section. And then from then, we'll just do the same thing, measuring over from that existing line just to 10, make a little mark, and then I'll take my caliper, add the 3.3. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3 even sections. Now, what I really need is, yeah, it doesn't really matter. So let's say you wanted to find the center of this and you don't want to do all the math. The easiest way to do is just to intersect those two lines. You draw a line from this point to this point. You guys might already know this, but if in case you don't know, you're not good at geometry. If you draw a line from this point to this point, and that point to that point, you create an X on there, and that'll be the exact center. You've just intersected that rectangle. In case you don't remember high school geometry, or I mean, maybe even grade school, who knows. But we don't care about that because this is going to fold up like this into the side seam. This should be the center line of the strap. I kind of like that look. It's wide enough, but not too wide. It'll look good on the bag, I think. Might be too wide. We'll see. 10.5. So what is this panel? 10.5. Oh, that's not going to work. That's not going to work at all. This needs to be like 6 or 7 inches or something. Because my outside of the bag is just call it 13. So it would need to be like 5 or 6 inches in the center there. I think we're just going to lay it out. Take this back apart, and we'll just figure out where it needs to be, and whatever looks good, quite literally. And then tack these down and go from there. But I think we can just go ahead and skive this up all the way around on 4 sides, and then we'll build the bottom piece. So this is 6 inches. I want it to be about, what is this finished? This would be 6 inches. I think this is a 3-inch box. So this was 9 inches high. I think I want to add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I want to add, let's see. I guess what's going to determine that is how much of that leather I have. Let's see. I was thinking about using this. It's kind of a Franken bag, or I can use this. This is a little. That's what I made the side gussets out of. It's still the Horween. It's more like a Vachetta. It's a little stiffer, so. Or I could just use this and scab it on the bottom. But I don't have enough. I don't have enough of this to make it 31 inches. So do, what to do. This is what I'm going to do basically, is take another piece of leather and stitch this on here and then fold it back down and then stitch it on, and then we'll box this bottom here. And then we'll wind up with 3 distinct pockets. I hope that geometry works. So my intention is to basically lay this, I don't know if you can see that, let's see, is to lay the strap, yeah, it's basically like this along there, and then you wind up, once you box that, you wind up with that pocket there, like this basically. Times 3. That's my intention. Although, I don't even know if it's going to work, to be quite honest with you. Hmm. See, isn't designing on the fly fun? Hey, Cindy, how you doing? All right, cool. Well, let's see. Now that I'm thinking about this, I don't even know if this is going to work. Because the bottom, this is one contiguous piece. Now, if this was separated at the bottom, you know, we could hide that, this edge, this side, in the bottom seam, but since I don't have a bottom seam, what's the end of my pocket going to do? Just hang out in outer space? Yeah, that's not cool. Because this one, obviously, this is my first panel iteration, but I decided to build the bag differently. But essentially, of course, this isn't going to fit, but this is what this looks like here. Goes all the way around, and then obviously this stuff is just hidden inside of there, right? So that's easy on the side. I thought it was going to be easy in the front, but now that I'm thinking about this, this might not work. Actually, I know it's not going to work. Let's see. I mean, it'll just look weird. Well, what I'd have to do, I could still do the 3-inch extension, but I would need basically on the bottom here, I'd have to have another half inch of material or so. And You know, once I went around that corner like this, what I could do is take another piece and kind of lay it over the top and stitch it down. Uh, huh. But I'm even adding more rigidity to this thing, and I'm already concerned about it being too stiff to turn. So this would be hidden in the side seams here. And then this. So that was the intention, was just to make this one contiguous piece, but maybe I should just do, really wanted those pockets on the outside. I could do. I could take another piece of material and create, like come up maybe about an inch on either side, wrap it all the way around, and then I could hide the pocket seam in that, and that would act as a doubler. A doubler, sorry, you guys are like, what are you talking about? So on the outside, obviously, bring it all the way around, 1 inch on either side, wrap it all the way around the bag, and that would act as a doubler. And then we could kill the pocket in the bottom of that, probably do something like that. I don't want to run it into the side seam because, man, I might not ever turn this thing. And that stuff has to go on basically first. The way this thing's going to be constructed. And then obviously just stitch this up last and turn the bag. You know what? I don't know. What do you guys think? Have any suggestions? There's 10 of you here. I'm sure 10 of you are bag designers, so we got a couple options here. We can add the doubler on the bottom and cross our fingers it's going to work, and then I'm gonna extend this. It would be another 1/2 inch even after it's boxed, so I have something to fold over and hide in the seams. Or get rid of that altogether and just add my straps and then put a pocket in the middle. That's still going to show on the bottom though. Wouldn't look terrible. Or not put any pockets on the outside at all, and then add some pockets on the inside. Could do that, could add some leather on the inside and not do any on the outside. There's 2 on the ends currently. What do you think? Any ideas? Any suggestions? No big deal if it doesn't work. I'm just having fun. This is a piece for me, so I can even Frankenstein in it. It doesn't really matter. This is gonna be mine. I've never made it. Well, I guess I have. I've made one bag before for myself, and I don't use it. No suggestions? I can't see the chat, so that's fun. I don't know why it doesn't stay up. Well, let's see. Let me mock one of these up real quick. Sorry. And we'll do 10 3/8 is close enough for this little test here. It's another 1/2 inch. That's okay. Ten 3/8. Well, okay. Yeah, let's use this one. 10 3/8 by 6. Let's get it close, and then 10.5 by 6. Does that work? Okay, so now we're gonna get 2 square edges here. Now, of course, I had to blem that one. Ten 3/8. And 3/8. Am I gonna be able to cut the blem off? Let's see. Nope. Not gonna cut the blem off. Okay, so that's going to be the bottom. Actually, yeah, we can cut that off because this is a 6. I wanted it to be, let's see, 9. So this needs to be 5. Hey, we're going to cut the blem off. Okay, now we can skive this piece. And this is going to be the bottom boxed bottom area. There we go. All right. Now, let's put these together. Very quickly. 1/2 inch seam allowance. Okay. And this is going to be, should we use a stiff one as the bottom or this one as the bottom? Nah, doesn't matter. It's just a sample anyway. And then we're going to do a 3-inch box. Do it on the flush side so it's easier. Okay. That's the top. Like this. Okay. Now, So that's the top and the bottom. Oh, well, I goofed that up, didn't I? It doesn't matter. I just gotta. Yeah. Stand by. I just gotta remark those because I sewed it upside down. That's all right. It's kind of what happens when you make stuff on the fly, right? Right. Sorry for the delay here, folks. Let me get this cut down here and skived very quickly. Okay. That skive's always one you got to kind of hold your breath on. I'm gonna make some quick marks here and I'll be right back in there to stitch this thing up and we'll take a look, and then that's probably going to conclude this video for today, and we'll be back tomorrow. We're going to make these fairly short, and I'm sorry for all the moving around business. We're going to try to improve upon that. So now I have my one pocket with my 3-inch box bottom, a couple clips here, and stitch this dude up. I have that one set up to be in the needle down position. When you advance the machine one click on the old foot feed, that can be changed really easy, so it'll always stay in the up position if you want. I like it in the down position just so I can have ultimate control on what's going on. Okay, so there's the pocket. And in retrospect, I would have brought that up maybe another inch or so. And maybe we'll do that on the final. I think that looks pretty good. And this edge will be folded over like this. And top stitch as well. I like it. What do you think? Maybe up just a little higher. Maybe even run a top stitch on the bottom pocket too, on the bottom of that.